Hey guys, I'm Siyi, and today I'm going to present you our work called Design Challenges for a Multi-Perspective Search Engine. In the past 2 decades, web search has developed as a ubiquitous way for users to retrieve web information. Many users turn to search engines to seek answers to questions. However, we believe that current search engines or information retrieval systems are not so great at addressing two users' information needs when they are given a controversial question. For instance, if you're searching for "should we all wear masks?", you will likely see a bunch of results that are only saying yes, you do need to wear a mask. We believe that this is somehow a little redundant and not diverse enough. Besides, you might also see answers that are not actually answering your questions. For instance, some of the answers may even answer your question with another question, like "still confused about masks?". We believe that these are not direct responses to your questions, and users may not like it. So the goal of this paper is to discuss and validate the user's information need of direct and diverse responses when they're given controversial queries. And in order to do so, we first study a novel document retrieval paradigm, and we then demonstrate our paradigm using a prototype that we built, what we call as perspective-oriented search engine. And then we conducted a user study with our prototype and compared it against Google search. So here's our paradigm. We first retrieved the articles given a search query using Google Search API. And then for each article, we use a query-focused summarization system to summarize to a single sentence, what we call as perspective. And we believe that this perspective represents the opinion or stance of these articles towards the query. We then cluster these articles according to their perspectives and present them to the users in these clusters. So here's the prototype that we built. The website is up and running at this address, and for instance, if you're searching for a query, "should wearing a mask be mandatory?", you're going to see two different perspectives. The first is saying yes, wearing a mask can cut the spread of other viruses, and the other is saying no, there are better ways to protect you. And under the yes perspective, you're going to see a list of articles that are supporting this perspective using different evidence. For instance, if you look at the first article, "face masks may reduce the growth rate of infections", it's going to list a list of articles using bullet points under the title. We also conducted a user study to validate our results and our prototype. So we compare our system to Google search, and in order to eliminate the effect of UI, we try to put the results in very similar styles in terms of fonts and text colors. So here the system 1 is the results returned by Google, and system 2 is the result returned by our system. And we asked the crowdsourcers 4 different questions in 4 dimensions. And also we asked them to provide some reasons for their preferences. And we see that our prototype is more preferred by the user in 4 different dimensions, and some of their feedbacks are interesting. For instance, they do like our direct answers and bullet points, but in contrast of our expectation, they believe that we answering the questions for them are sometimes introducing the bias, and this is not what we hope for. We have more discussion results in the paper, and we summarize a few here for you as well. So some of the participants are not comfortable of the machine identified responses, but also some of the participants like the explanation-driven design, but sometimes the harm of displaying the wrong explanation might overwhelm the benefit of actually having the explanation. Besides, it also has something to do with confirmation bias as well, where basically users are less likely to believe in something that's against their previous belief. More interesting discussions of our results are in the paper, so feel free to look at it in more details. Our demos are running at this address as well, and thank you for your time to listen to my presentation.